What's going on, everyone? For today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 5 tips for Apex Legends Solo. This video will hopefully help you win more games in Apex Legends Solo mode. But before I begin, I do make a lot of Apex Legends content that includes gameplays, tip videos, highlights. So if you do enjoy this video, I would greatly appreciate if you subscribe and hit that notification bell. It does help me out a lot. And let's just get right into the video. So the first tip that I have out of the top 5 tips for Apex Legends Solo, the first one is choosing the right legend, right? And I made a list of what legend is the best for solos, and in my opinion, I have number 1 is Pathfinder for obvious reasons, because you could grapple yourself out of situations that are going to be very hectic. And if you're in a situation where you just need to bail because there's too many people around you, you can grapple yourself out of there. And it just doesn't compare against any other legend. Pathfinder is honestly probably the best legend. If you don't know how to play Pathfinder yet, then I would suggest there's a bunch of videos out there that can help you with tutorials of how to grapple and things like that. But just learn how to play Pathfinder. And if you already know how to play Pathfinder, well, you know why Pathfinder is one of the reasons why in gunfights he's really difficult to kill, because he can just bail at any moment with his grapple. The next character I would probably say is Wraith. Because of her portal and because of her invisibility, I would use those things in gunfights just to bail as well. So that's the reason Wraith is number 2. And in my opinion, number 3 is Lifeline. Lifeline, she heals, her percentage heals her a little bit faster. Now, yeah, there is more gold backpacks in solo mode, but just the fact that she could heal a little bit faster than any other legend with the backpack on top of that, that's going to help you heal in situations much faster than any other legend. So that's the first tip, is choosing the right legend. Those are just 3 legends. Yeah, you can use any other legend. I've seen people get 17, 18 kill games with Caustic in solo mode, but it comes down to, if you're trying to win consistently and try to win as many games as possible in solo mode, I would suggest these 3 legends. So number 2 is that as soon as you land, priority is to get a gun, and then armor and utilities, which is like shield cells and health and all that stuff, syringes, that's after. But you need to, the priority as soon as you land is to get a gun. Obviously this is RNG related, and it's, it comes down to like, okay, if there is armor and a gun right next to each other, you want to grab both of them at the same time, right, as fast as possible. But I'm saying in situations like you're landing in the pit or you're landing in market, and the armor is usually in the middle, right, and there's like a level 3 armor. The person that goes for the level 3 armor but doesn't go for a weapon is usually the one that is going to die. And what I mean by that is, while someone is grabbing the level 3 armor, somebody else is already has a gun, already has a flatline, a 301, and he's going to try to laser you to grab that armor, fresh purple, fresh blue, just right out of your box. So the whole idea is to have a gun so you can be prepared to defend yourself and then go for armor later. Now, obviously, if the armor and the gun is right next to each other, and grab both. But what I'm saying is, if you only have one option and you only have a gun and armor, you would go for the gun. So yeah, as soon as you land, priority is to get a weapon, and then after that is armor, and then any shield cells or syringes, or big batteries, and utilities is right after, of course. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is take one fight at a time. And what I mean by this is, that there's going to be so much third party in solo mode, right? So, and there's been so many situations where I'm fighting a team or I'm fighting a solo, right? I'm fighting an opponent and I don't kill them fast enough, and somebody just comes out of nowhere because they're hearing these shots and they're able to, take me out because I'm one shot or whatever it is. So I'm like thinking to myself, like, okay, I need to take one fight at a time, heal up, and loot up as fast as possible. But at the same time, when I need to take one fight at a time, what I mean by that is try to outplay the opponent to the point where they don't do as much damage as you did to them. So you were able to just destroy them and kill them, but you still have a little bit of your purple armor. You still have a little bit of your blue armor. That way you don't have to spend a whole shield battery or, take that long to heal up because there's going to be another person on the way. Get what I'm saying? So just trying to outplay an opponent as fast as possible is key. So yeah, tip number 4 is try to finish gunfights as quickly as possible, because of the same reason the third party is real in solo mode. And this includes looting as well. So whenever you finish a fight, you outplay an opponent and you finish that gunfight, go ahead and swap out armors if they have equal armor or whatever the case, right? It just comes down to the situation. But let's say there's another person already pushing you because they heard the shots, and you want to finish that gunfight as fast as possible so you can be prepared for the next enemy. And that's how it's going to be every single time. It's going to be very intense. So yeah, my suggestion is try to finish that gunfight as fast as possible. Swap armors if you have to, if there's another person already close, or take your time looting, but do it as fast as possible, obviously, right? Don't take too much of your time looting, but try to finish that gunfight as fast as possible. Try to loot as fast as possible and be prepared for the next person that's about to fight you, because there's a third party is real in this game. And then number 5, and I think this is probably the most important one, is if you notice that someone has an advantage over you, then what you want to do is you want to back up and reposition. And this goes with any scenario, right? If they have advantage, like let's say they have level 3 armor and you only have level 2, which is blue, then in this case you're like, okay, I have to damage them before I go in. Or if they have high ground and you're low ground, okay, back up, reposition, try to heal up, try to make them make a mistake, if that makes sense. Once they make a mistake and they went from cover to wide open, or they went from not pushing you to pushing you when you have a 99 or a peacekeeper, like try to make them make a mistake and be vulnerable. But yeah, if you can't win that fight and you see you're about to die, then back up and heal up and reposition and try again. Back up, poke, reposition, try again, right? That's like, it goes over and over. It goes in a circle as soon as you able to kill them and then loot up and get ready for the next fight. It's kind of like a loop. And that's why Pathfinder is super important, is because once you make someone weak, you can grapple yourself to them and just finish them as fast as possible. And that's happened to me quite sometimes, where they try to do that and I'm able to pull the heal because I'm lifeline. And there's been times where Pathfinder succeeds in killing me because he's able to grapple himself and I'm not in cover anymore and he's able to kill me. That's really all my tips here. I would suggest once this becomes a routine and you're doing this unconsciously, you're going to win a lot more games. I promise you guys that. And I don't even think about these things anymore because it comes down to just how much experience the player has already, and you just kind of put your mind in cruise control and fight. But that's the whole idea. Hopefully this video helped you. If it did, please make sure to like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.